Tuesday Seventh-day Adventists, a revival of original Adventism and ancient Christianity, presents Escape for Thy Life. Good day, this is Brother Medina for Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist, and please let us start with a word of prayer. Gracious loving Father, give us wisdom and understanding as we get into this very important topic. Help everyone to understand what is being said and to be blessed and protected through the truth. In Jesus' holy name we pray, with thanksgiving unto Thee. Amen. Well, today, the name of our topic is The Truth. The Truth. And we want to talk about the truth of the coronavirus, the novel coronavirus, the 2019 novel coronavirus, as they are telling us, is its name. But we need to take into consideration that this is a very deadly virus. It has caused havoc in China. The Chinese economy is well nigh destroyed. This virus has caused 14 towns in Italy to be placed under quarantine. It has caused a large amount of cities all over China to be placed in quarantine. A large amount of places in Vietnam has this virus. And now we are hearing that Los Angeles is under a state of emergency because of the coronavirus. We are also being told of the state of Washington too is under threat with this virus. A lot of countries in the world has the virus. Take for instance Iran. Even the Deputy Minister of Health has caught the virus. And a large amount of people have died in Iran through this virus. We want you to understand that this virus is so deadly that many nations that have it today have people that have died. Many of them are not telling you a true account of the amount of people that have died. You certainly wouldn't get that from the World Health Organization, which is fed by China with China's statistics. And I'm telling you that the Chinese are not telling us the truth. Even in the United States, we are not getting the real truth. Iran has hid the real amount of sick people and dead people from us. It's more than 16. But yet all of this is taking place right now. And we ask ourselves the question, where did this virus come from? Where did this virus come from? Well, in the first place, we have here with us, on our desk here, a body of documents, extremely scientific documents, many of them expensive to pay for, to get from various institutions away, showing us the origins of this virus and helping us to understand how it works. We have acquired these documents. Some have been blocked from the internet and it is difficult to get them, but we have been blessed by God to find sources to get them. We also have here on our desk a bottle of colloidal silver, which we will explain to you how it helps us deal with the virus. And we have here a Cambridge mask made by the British Ministry of Defense. Yes, my dear people. And this mask also utilizes silver technology to fight all viruses. We're going to talk about this in a short while. But first, our first document shows us that studies reveal the origins of the virus as it was developed in this world. Yes, my dear people. I have here my first document. This document is 2010. It is also a Chinese document translated in English, and observe the name of some of the people: Yujuan Hou, Cheng Peng, Meng Yu, and we have a special name here, Zheng Lishi. Now, Zheng Lishi will come up in other documents as we show you. This guy, Zheng Lishi, I quote, is from the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and then you have the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Wuhan, in Hubei, China. So what we have here is a top virologist from Wuhan, that lab from where the virus escaped. Yes, my dear people. That lab in Wuhan, 20 miles from that market in Wuhan, in China, is where this virus originated. Here is what this document tells us, that they have studied how to get this coronavirus, the SARS coronavirus, to infect bats using their receptors, their cell receptors, ACE2. They also put spikes from HIV in this virus, as we read here. And they also try it on human receptor cells. This is what this Chinese document is telling us. The document is kind of difficult to read, but it nevertheless tells us that they themselves used this virus, this SARS coronavirus, and tried to get it into receptor cells of bats and human receptor cells. This was part of the experiment that was done. This experiment was done in the Department of Pharmacology, University of Minnesota Medical School, Minneapolis. It was also done in the Australia Animal Health Laboratory, Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, and of course the Wuhan Institute of Virology, the Chinese Academy of Science. Yes, my dear people. So this clearly shows us how this virus was being developed, trying to get it to infect cells, receptor cells in human beings. Yes, my dear people. Let us look at this next document. This document, the name of it is SARS-like cluster of circulating bat coronavirus pose threat for human emergence. Yes, my dear people. This document here is a natural medicine, and it is 2015 December and 2016 June. Yes, my dear people. That's what this document is all about. And remember, these documents have to be paid for to access from various institutions. We are told that some of the departments that dealt with this research here in the virus, you have the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. We also have people from the Wuhan Institute of Virology, the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Wuhan, China. And guess whose name comes up again? You are right, Zheng Lishi. He also is part of this experiment in this one. So this guy shows up in Minnesota, this guy shows up in Australia, and this guy also is in the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and here he is as part of the development of this virus in this document. Now we want to read some portions of this document to you. Now these things are very tedious and very difficult to understand, and we will break it down as far as we can for you. Here is what it tells us. I quote, it says this: utilizing the SARS coronavirus infection clone, we generated and characterized a chimeric virus. Did you get that? They were able to create and characterize a chimeric virus. That is a virus made up of different viruses. Yes, my dear people. They are telling you this is what they were doing in these laboratories that they were studying in. And it tells us here, a chimeric virus expressing the spike of bat coronavirus, and then they give us a number to identify it, in a mouse-adapted SARS coronavirus backbone. The results indicate that group 2B viruses encoding the SHCO14 spike in a wild-type backbone can efficiently utilize multiple ACE2 receptor orthologs, replicate efficiently in primary human airway cells, and achieve in vitro titers equivalent to epidemic strains of SARS coronavirus. Did you hear what they tell you here? In their experiment, they were able to create a chimeric virus, and this virus was able to infect human airway cells. Now, the human airway is from the nostrils to the lungs, so it can go and infect receptor cells in your nostrils, in your throat, and way down in your lungs. And they actually created a chimeric virus like that. This is what we are being told in this study. This means they created a virus that would be able to infect your airway cells and do damage. Let us read some portions from this document. I quote, in 2019, a new coronavirus, 2019 nCoV, infecting humans has emerged in Wuhan, China. Its genome has been sequenced and the genomic information promptly released. Despite a high similarity with the genome sequence of SARS-CoV and SARS-like CoVs, we identified a peculiar furin-like cleavage site in the spike protein of the 2019 novel coronavirus, lacking in the other SARS-like coronaviruses. In this article, we discuss the possible functional consequences of this cleavage site in the viral cycle. And so what they're telling us here is that when they investigated this modern virus, they found that it is not like the wild coronavirus in bats, because it has a particular cleavage site, a site where it could cleave to your airway cells that are not in the other viruses, the other coronaviruses. That's why people have been eating bats and drinking bat soup for centuries in China, and they never got this disease. But suddenly they got this disease. Why? From a virus that has a spike protein that can infect human airway receptor cells. Yes, my dear people, which the other coronaviruses do not have. That's what they found out. This is the truth that we are telling you. Before the emergence, notice this, before the emergence of the 2019 novel coronavirus, this important feature was not observed in the lineage B of beta coronaviruses. So if you check other coronaviruses, their lineage, you will not find that spike protein that can infect human airway cells. It continues. However, it is shared by other CoV or coronaviruses, and they give it some names, harboring furin-like cleavage sites in their S protein, which were shown to be processed by furin experimentally. So it had to be by experiments. Yes, my dear people, it had to be by experiments. Have this kind of cleavage protein in its spike protein were also experimented upon for that to happen. And this 2019 novel coronavirus is even worse. It's a chimeric virus. Yes, my dear people, and it is able to infect the human airway cells, which the other coronaviruses in the wild is not able to. So don't let them fool you. It could be Ministry of Health, it could be the World Health Organization, it could be any reputable scientific organization. Do not let them fool you. All you have to do is to use your judgment. If drinking bat soup gave this coronavirus infection, then drinking bat soup for centuries must have caused such a pandemic as now. But it never happened. Clearly showing you that they're lying to you when they tell you this, as when they tell you other things, which we are going to show you. Furthermore, as the science authors of the paper explained in the full text, the furanite cleavage site may provide a gain of function to the 2019 novel coronavirus for efficient spreading in the human population. Further, the science paper finds that there is no known viral ancestry to the coronavirus 19, meaning it did not evolve from nature. End of quote. Did you see that, my dear people? Yes, my dear people. So we are told again in this document that confirmed the Wuhan coronavirus was an engineered biological weapon. Yes, my dear people. Let's just look at a few more points in this document here. It says here, the new feature engineered into the Wuhan coronavirus has the potential to cleave specifically viral envelope glycoproteins, thereby enhancing viral fusion with host cell membranes, conclude study authors. The feature results in higher pathogenicity, pronounced neural symptoms, and neurotrophism in infected chickens, according to the paper. This means essentially it kills more easily and causes nervous system damage while infecting nerve cells. Note that many of the human victims in China appear to suffer seizures and a total, almost instantaneous nervous system shutdown, literally collapsing in seconds. End of quote. Yes, my dear people. This is what happens to people from this virus, this engineered virus. This is what we are being told here. We are told again in this document, it says here, furthermore, the enhanced property of the virus results in a widening of the cell tropism of the virus, meaning it allows the virus to live and thrive in a much wider variety of human cells, including respiratory system cells. This means the virus lives in both respiratory cells and nerve cells. Interestingly, the study further confirms that ACE2 receptors are the vector of opportunity for the virus to infect human beings, stating ACE2 is also the receptor of the newly emerged novel coronavirus. Additionally, the study finds that another element of the COVID-19, the coronavirus, appears to have been assembled from the SARS coronavirus, further confirming Francis Boyle's claim that the engineered weapon is a chimera or multiple strains of biological weapons, including SARS, MERS, and HIV. Notice these deadly viruses put together. You have severe acute respiratory syndrome, you have Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome, and you have HIV. These portions were put together to make up this virus. And this tells us that this virus affecting the airway cells of people is very dangerous, and that this virus can cause a terrible infection, pandemic, and death among people, as you see is happening now. Scientists have also found that this virus does not have what we call an incubation period of 14 days, as they have been telling us. That's what they first thought. But scientists have found that it has a 24 days gestation period. One can have it for 24 days without even sneezing, coughing, getting a fever or sore throat or anything. And during that 24 days, they can spread the virus anywhere. How? It tells us through breathing. So it means to say, in your airway cells, if you have the virus in your nostrils and it is multiplying there, or in your throat, or in your lungs and it is multiplying there, all you have to do is to talk. Droplets coming out of your mouth will cause the virus to come out of your mouth and go airborne. Or you just breathe, it will cause the virus to come out of your nostril and go airborne. This accounts for so many people getting infected without people around knowing, or without even the people that are infecting people knowing they have a sickness. But 14 days is too little. You need to ask your government to acquire these documents, as we have been able to as a church. We are not scientists. We are just a church that believes in Jesus Christ and have the intelligent faith of Christ. We are able to acquire these documents from various institutions and show you what is going on, giving you the truth. And we can also show you that this virus can spread just through breathing out. That's why you need to have a mask to protect yourself. Not often from the virus coming through the sides of the mask, but that if you get it on your hand and you touch your face, around your nose, and so on, and your mouth, you would not make yourself get the virus. So you need to have a mask. And you must remember, people are breathing out these little unseen chimeric viruses, which can infect your airway cells from your nostrils down to your lungs and your nerve cells. Yes, my dear people. And this is the reason why experts are at a loss as to how this virus is able to spread to people so without seeing any symptoms in others who have it before. Yes, my dear people. Another feature of this virus, it can last on a surface for a very long time, longer than the wild coronavirus from bats. Yes, my dear people. This shows it is an engineered virus and very dangerous. So the question that is now asked, how can we deal with this virus? We have this here to show you colloidal silver is the way to deal with this virus. Colloidal silver was used generally in the world before vaccines came on stream. And the history of colloidal silver was written out from history when vaccines came on stream. But many of the experts know that this is the way to go. That it is colloidal silver that kills all these viruses, including the coronavirus. They know that. The experts know that. When you see a person from a lab dressed all in white and he is spraying some liquid to disinfect, it is colloidal silver he is spraying. Yes, my dear people. And look, I have in my hand here Cambridge mask, a mask, and it is called British Technology. We are told it filters air pollution, viruses, and bacteria. This mask here, we are told that it utilizes silver, colloidal silver. And this mask was produced by the British Ministry of Defense. Did you hear that? The British Ministry of Defense. Why would the British Ministry of Defense be making a mask that can deal with viruses utilizing silver technology in it? Because they know. So we are not guessing or giving you bad knowledge. We are giving you tested and tried knowledge. Let me read on the back of this box here in which the mask is for you. I quote, it says this here. Our mask use patented carbon filtration technology developed by the UK Ministry of Defence. The filters remove harmful gas pollution, as well as particle pollution such as PM2S, exhaust fumes, construction dust, and pollen. The filters are treated with silver to actively absorb and kill bacteria and viruses. Did you hear that? They themselves admit the silver kills bacteria, kills viruses. And this is why it is such an efficient mask, and it is one of the best to get. Yes, my dear people. Also, we have here a picture that you can go on the internet, and this is a medical cart they use in hospitals. In showing you this medical cart, here it is again, a medical cart they use in hospitals. This medical cart. You can buy it at Amazon and you can buy it in other places. Now, why am I showing you this medical cart? I am showing you this medical cart because this medical cart, like this here, is already in Trinidad and Tobago in hospitals. This medical cart utilizes silver technology to kill bacteria and viruses. So they know it works. Let me just read for you this flyer of the same cart, and let me read for you what they say on this very same cart. I quote. It says this here. It says, "This top is formulated with a highly effective antimicrobial agent, giving protection from the growth of molds, mildew, and other microorganisms which cause deterioration, discoloration, and objectable odors and color." Then it tells us, contains a silver technology based antimicrobial material. Silver is a broad range antimicrobial agent that has been proven effectively against most harmful microorganisms. End of quote. So this cart for medical uses in hospitals and homes and so on clearly explains that it utilizes silver technology. And this shows that these experts know that the silver technology can help. This is the reason why you need to get silver, colloidal silver, to use. Yes, my dear people. This same document here, another short from another study document. It tells us silver can effectively work to denature any kind of SARS coronavirus mutations, thereby showing that with the recently outbreak of this new coronavirus 2019 CoV, colloidal silver should without a doubt effectively be used to rid infection. End of quote. So this clearly shows us that the way to go is using silver. Now when you take this silver, you take a small glass like this, a very small nib glass, you throw half it with silver, you put the silver into your mouth and gargle it and keep it there for about 5 minutes, and then slowly, in slow motion, swallow it. Yes, my dear people, that's what you need to do. This will help kill the virus. You can also get silver in smaller bottles with spray heads on it, that you can spray it in your nose, spray it in your eyes, spray it in your mouth or wherever to kill viruses, including the coronavirus. It does work and it is harmless to your body. You can also do that. All you have to do is to check any health store that sells silver. It must be in a dark bottle like this. It must be sealed. And it is 10 parts per million. Ask for 10 parts per million or even 12 parts per million colloidal silver. It will work to kill the virus. Yes, my dear people. So all that we have said here, we said it to you in love, that you might know how to protect yourself. Governments have no vaccines. If you himself were to make a vaccine, that vaccine will cause havoc to your health before it can even begin to work, killing you before. They admit that in their own documents. So there is no cure for it. But silver, and that's why you have to take care of your health for yourself. You are in charge of your health before God, and God is going to judge you for your health. Therefore, make sure you get your colloidal silver and use it to deal with the virus. So may God bless you, that as you live in perilous times caused by human wickedness, God will bless you, God will help you, God will change you, and God will prepare you for the end. In Jesus' holy name, amen.
This is footage of people lying on the street dead from coronavirus. This is one street inside of a city of 11 million people. Wow. I want to count the amount of people there actually are in that video. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 bodies wrapped up dead on a street corner in a city of 11 million people.